Another very common alteration in townhomes, unfinished basements or cellars. A lot of these larger townhomes, especially if they had a basement and a cellar, the cellar was primarily used for storage. So it was unfinished. A lot of them had dirt floors for a long time. Some of them still do. There are different parts to finish in a cellar or a basement. Cellars typically, and this is an important distinction actually, the difference between a cellar and a basement. In New York City, by law, a basement is a floor wherein half of within the height of the floor, if more than half of it is above grade, in other words, above street level, that is considered a basement. If more than half of the height of that floor is below grade, in other words, below the height of the sidewalk, that is considered a cellar. This is a really important distinction for many reasons, particularly from a legal point of view. It is illegal to rent a cellar unit. It is absolutely legal. In fact, many people like renting a basement unit, particularly in a townhome. The basement unit is oftentimes referred to as the garden floor, the garden unit, because the garden would be level with the exit to the basement. So for instance, you would, in the front of the building, you would be a few steps below grade, but at the rear, you would be exactly at grade. And so the basement unit, when townhomes would be broken up, would often go to the resident of the basement floor. Once again, oftentimes called the gardening floor. Very, very coy marketing term. But getting back to cellars, a lot of the time, when you visit a home, I would highly recommend you take a design professional and or a contractor with you. Many townhomes I've been in, the floor looks finished. It has a layer of cement. That layer of cement is inadequate. The earth underneath that cement was not leveled properly. It was not treated properly. It wasn't waterproof properly. There's gaps. Sometimes the slab is not cast thick enough. I've seen slabs that I can put my finger through. I mean like one digit of my finger through, and I'm touching earth. So a lot of times things are done cosmetically. There's a lot of water and moisture issues, especially if you have wood joists. Water can quickly start rotting wood joists. Now this can be managed, but once again, that's why it's a very common alteration, because you don't want to, have problems from the bottom up.